Hey guys, Jason here with a word to the wise. I'm at work, but I'm coming out just to do this quick video because I've made this video with just this information on Pluto, but then once I looked into it just for a second, all of a sudden the whole thing made a lot more sense. So I watched a video by Pedro V, and he was talking about Pluto and how it's come around, it's nearest to Earth for the first time in 248 years. I don't know if that's like its cycle or whatever they call it, NASA style. But he talked about it, if you check back, it goes back to 1776. No, it does not. If you do the math from 2022, it goes back to 1774. Now, before I get to that, looking at the I Pet Goat series that Theology Ed is doing, I've gone from 3, which is where I saw him talking about, he was referring back to it, talking about the mark of the beast. And he shows the symbol that Crowley had designed. So I wanted to go, I look awful in this. He goes to Crowley, which talks about the mark of the beast. And he shows the symbol that kind of like what Crowley drew, which is why I showed that the Washington Monument video, because it has that same kind of look with the sidewalk and the monument. So looking at that series, he's talked a lot about a lot of things. He talks about the little kid that they keep showing with the egg, the head cracked open in the mother's arms, flying up out of the mosque, spinning, and kind of seeing all the businessmen wash away like a kind of like a bomb goes off. But there's the part at the end where the Jesus-like character comes out of that cave, and he says that he's coming out of the underworld, and then you see the Catholic Church crumble in the background, and I think rocks are falling behind him, and all the fish that are in the boat are dead. And you see the crown of thorns on his head, and the crown of thorns turns into this kind of a pyramid thing, which I'm going to show you the symbols here if as I put this together. So excuse me, I'm trying to do this real quick while I'm at work, and I have to share this information because it's just too amazing. So looking at this Pluto coming back 248 years, it is 1774, which the back of the dollar has the pyramid with the Roman numerals, and that's 1776. But doing the math, it says 1774. And I'm like, well, maybe that was when they did, we got our independence, I think, by 1776. So what was happening leading up to 1776, why we went for our independence? And this deals with Boston, right down the street from me, 30 miles down the road. There was a boycott happening. And the boycott against the British goods, probably because of taxes and prices. So they declared martial law in 1774. And somehow this was all led by who? The Sons of Liberty. Wasn't that a TV show and some sort of an insurrection group that happened on the Capitol, yet the Sons of Liberty? Why this has gone around? Are we going to see something like that happen again? Are we getting ready to go into some sort of a martial law? And also looking at Pluto. Pluto was the god of the underworld. Looking at his figure and sculptures and all that, it kind of also looks somewhat like this Jesus character. But here again, god of the underworld, and you see this Jesus character coming out of the underworld, possibly. That's what Theology Ed was saying. He's coming out of the underworld, and the underworld then is being destroyed. Pluto is coming back around. He's the god of wealth. He's the god of the underworld. So it's like, I don't know. This is all, like, I'm not expecting to see some guy coming out of the ground and doing all this. This is all like a symbolic thing, but it's coming back around. And who, looking at this dollar bill symbol with the pyramid of the eye, then looking at that symbol that's on top of the Jesus-like character's head. All I can say is just, we're going to have to keep an eye on this kind of stuff, because that's what we're always expecting. They're going to do some sort of a flag situation. They're going to make it look like somebody else is doing it. Yet I've always said they're all eating at the same table. They're all in cahoots. They're all doing this so they can move their agendas along. Now, I don't know if that's going to be The dosed versus the undosed, setting up more mandates. And also look at the Canadian trucker situation. Who runs Canada? The British. Who is causing all these things to happen at the border? The British. They're coming down on the people. Now the people are revolting, just like in the Sons of Liberty back in 17. Blah, blah. Imagine if all of a sudden, because now the police are coming against the protesters a lot more right now. And that's going to make the people push back, and that's going to make the cops push back even harder because they have authority. And people say, oh, well, they're overstepping, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. The laws are written down. And if you're going against them, and now all they got to do is make executive orders and say you can't do this, people keep doing it, now you're breaking the law. This can go very bad very quickly. And when you have them in control of all the roadways and all these things, they can shut down everything and declare some sort of a martial law. So, not saying that's going to happen. All I can say is that we're looking to see what's going to happen. So, just a word to the wise, guys. God bless.